Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, all of you.
Raju, you are from paramilitary. Is what
Yes, ma'am.
what was the reason? Why did we come with this idea of having a separate paramilitary? Does it show that regular policing failed?
Yes, ma'am. I think it is not about the regular policy. This paramilitary is before independence. There are princely states, which the states, the king, the guarding force for king was there, the crown representative force. And after independence, it got converted into central force. And this has rightly converted into the paramilitary. And it is under the Ministry of Home Affairs right now. They are using it for internal security purpose.
So, internal security, what all things you belong to CRPF, right? What are all the internal
Yes,
security aspects that CRPF takes care? What are all the internal security concerns that are taken care by CRPF?
okay, ma'am. There are mainly three theaters in CRPF is working. First is Jammu Kashmir, ma'am. Second is Naxalism, left-wing extremism, and third is Northeast. These are the sectors where mainly CRPF is deployed. Apart from that, CRPF is also doing this Rapid Action Force and NDRF, and jointly operated with state police for crowd management and all these things, ma'am.
What were your specializations?
Ma'am, I am currently posted in Chhattisgarh. My training is in left-wing extremism to tackle the left-wing extremism and Naxalism. That's what my specialization is there for. And even there is a basic training which is done by all the CRPF officers for every theaters. And after going into that theater, the officers is going through the pre-induction training, which is of 3 to 4 months for that region only. So I am specialized for the Chhattisgarh and left-wing extremism, tackling tackling these areas, man.
Can you narrate one major incident that can be considered as a success at your personal front from the internal security aspect? Anything that
Uh,
you personally feel, yeah, I was successful in doing this.
yes, man. It may take quite longer, but I would like to explain it. When I was posted in Chhattisgarh, I was given a opportunity to establish a new camp, and it was the Maoist training ground earlier, and I have to go there and establish a camp for new camp in that hotbed of Maoist area, and it was very much affected and highly affected by Naxals. It was on the border of Chhattisgarh and Odisha, and the cross-border movement of Naxalism were very much high there. So it was a huge task to establish camp there, because when our team went there, uh, it was welcomed by the 2ID blast. Our two Jawans got injured in that, and it was highly affect the morale of the troops also. But SP sir, our commandant sir, and we work as a team there, and day and night, whole 7 day operation was going on to establish the camp. First, we went there, area domination we did successfully, and we contacted with all the villagers, local villagers, and make them aware that the camp is going to establish, help us, and if anything will happens regarding the Naxals, will take strict actions. So please cooperate them. So after that, the incidents were lower down, and I think eventually, over a period of time, after the 2 years of establishment of the camp, the Naxalites got neutralized, and I was successful in me and my team was successful in getting surrender those Naxals, which has around the 2 3 lakhs prize for that success, and I consider this was my the success in terms of my career, ma'am.
So, Raju, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, you are into the armed reserve police, right? So I was wondering
Yes,
about
ma'am.
armory that is getting into the hands of antisocial elements, right? What are the laws that are there to actually, control the possession of arms as such, and what can we do to prevent these things into entering into the hands of the antisocial elements?
Mainly the earlier there was a TADA, but it was repealed. Now it is a UAPA, Unlawful Protection Act, and under this, the government has given power to the police and armed police force to tackle with the Naxalism. These are the stringent laws where we can arrest the person for our inquiry. But what we can do for this, I think the only uh, armed force cannot tackle the issue of Naxalism. We must have two-pronged strategy. That operations should be going on side by side, as well as welfare measures should also be, or developmental activities should also be there to tackle the nuances of Naxalism, ma'am. So what we are doing as a paramilitary force, we are doing operation as well as civic action program. Civic action program is community engagement program with the local peoples, so that they get aware of their rights, as well as what benefits are or what government schemes are there for them. And we are also spreading there is no future for the Naxalism. You should come and participate in democratic process like this.
I get the point, but what I had asked was about the arms that are getting into the hands of antisocial elements. How do you prevent that?
Okay, ma'am, there is a Arms Act also, where uh, the Arms Act, where if the arms get into the antisocial acts, we can uh, track it through, and uh, we can trace that arms, and we can arrest that person, or make them sure that nothing will go into the hands of civilian, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now coming to the general aspects as such, we have heard great things about Dr. Manmohan Singh, right? So what do you
Yes,
think
ma'am.
is the speciality of this man in your own opinion?
I think, in my opinion, he is the great politician. More than that, he is a great statesman, because he has contributed in India's economy immensely. In his period only, as a finance minister, the LPG reforms were brought out, as well as the main contribution when he as a prime minister. Then in India, US nuclear deal were there, along with that the major right-based approach to the public, like right to information act, Manarega Act, this right to employment, right to education act. These are right-based approaches mainly formulated in his period. I think it was the immense contribution, in my opinion, from these prime ministers, even in the economy also, ma'am.
Okay. Um, well, coming to your state as such, Maharashtra, right?
Yes, ma'am.
In that, there is this moment about the separation of Vidarbha. All right. Would you
Right, ma'am.
support a separate small state, especially when compared to the thing that Telangana is performing so well?
Yes, ma'am. I think separation of small state is means it is in some aspect it is good, like administrative efficiency, which surely increase if we see the small states. But in case of Vidarbha, earlier there was a strong demand, but in recent times there is no demand as such is seen in the news. And development of Nagpur and around area due to industrial corridors and heavy infrastructural investment is there. Therefore, the demand for Vidarbha and Marathwada is curbed down rightly, and the politician from the Vidarbha only, they are in the power, and they are doing very much for it. So I think uh, the demand for Vidarbha is not relevant for in today's aspect. But yes, the small states has uh, efficiency, great administrative efficiency to work for. Like Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand is doing well, ma'am.
Right. Okay. So if we see a state like a place like Raipur and a state like Chhattisgarh, and compare it with the states like Maharashtra or Telangana, there is a vast time gap, I would say, lapse of time between both of them, right? So if you were an administrator in Raipur, what would you do to bring them back onto the, on par with the other states?
Ma'am, I think the first issue when new states or any small states form, the initial issue of the cost of infrastructure, initial cost of infrastructure is very high, and it requires the pull from different financial resources. After that, the smoothing of function for that states will do, means will go on. But initially, everyone has to work hard on the on for that to get on par with other states. And these states are mainly basis for the mineral resources they are having, and they want their stakes in, they want their stakes of that region, and their voices in the regions to be represented for, so that, so Chhattisgarh is a mineral resource belt, and if we can manage the uh, resources and funds well, then it can surely develop, ma'am, and it is developing also. Like as like in Jharkhand also, Telangana has already a success story, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Raju.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Raju.
Morning,
Hello,
sir.
Raju. Good morning. See, in India's security apparatus, there are two aspects. One is internal security, another is external security, right?
Right, sir.
So, how different it is to maintain internal security when compared to external security?
Yes, sir. I think, in my opinion, internal security is handled by Ministry of Home Affairs. External security is altogether a different task. Mainly, other agencies are means Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign External Affairs, and other agencies are involved in this. But for internal security matter, I think Intelligence Bureau is getting intelligence from all the internal aspects of the country, whereas from external security, the Ministry of External Affairs as well as RAW is functioning there for getting external inputs or external intelligence from to do the external operations. But in terms of managing the task, both are equally tough as well as challenging, sir.
So, external security is principally managed by Ministry of Defense. Physical
Sir.
Ministry of Defense. More than
Right,
Ministry
sir.
of External Affairs, it is Ministry of Defense. And the intelligence aspect,
Sir.
Ministry of External Affairs has a role. Right?
Sir.
External intelligence,
Sir.
which is
Right.
conducted by R&AW.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, what are the different challenges in maintaining external security?
Sir, in my opinion, the first and foremost challenge is the getting intelligence from other countries and deployment of our forces with consent of other countries and on at par with the these international forums, and cooperation of international forums with our national agencies is the main task. The communication with the international, like uh, the international police, Interpol, and our national agency NI is communicating. How they are communicating and what information needs to pass there is the main hurdle, and getting their favor for any operation is the main challenge for external security, sir.
You said that deployment of India's forces requires consent from other countries. India is a sovereign
Yes, sir.
country. Why do we require consent from other countries to deploy our own forces along the borders?
Along our borders, it is no issue, sir. But deployment of our forces in other countries, I think they are also sovereign, and their consents should also required for deployed, like UN peacekeeping force. We are deployed in various parts of South Africa and all these things. We need consent of UN from that consent of UN for that deployment, sir. That's what I want to say, sir.
Okay. Okay, coming, you have also worked as assistant manager in Coal India Limited.
Sir.
Okay. So, do you think India can phase out coal from its energy mix?
As a Panchamrit target, we are submitted to means Paris Paris Climate Agreement. We have given that by 2070, the net zero emission of carbon is our target, and by seeing that target, if we see what progress India is doing in renewable energy sources, I think coal phase out will be possible if we shift our target from conventional energy to this non-renewable energy, sir. Renewable energy, sir, like solar, wind, all these things, sir.
India has updated its target. It wants to be net zero by 2050 now. What is net zero?
Net zero is what carbon emission we are doing. We should make them at net zero, sir. Zero carbon emissions. That's what I understand, sir. I am not aware of the in depth.
The amount of carbon which we release, that same amount we need to capture.
Right, sir. Right.
Carbon sequestration. It's a process. Okay. Okay.
Sir.
See, you have also mentioned that you have done awareness campaign for last mile reach of government policies about health and education, right? In left-wing extremist affected areas, right?
Sir.
So, what are the challenges government is facing related to development in education, health sectors in these LWE affected areas?
Sir, I think as per my experience, sir, where I working, the in left-wing extremist areas are affected by tribal, means they have tribal pockets, and infrastructure lacunas is the first and foremost problem. Like no road development, no road infrastructure is there. So if road went to any village or paras, then other facilities will come automatically. So inaccessibility is the main issue, sir. And then awareness that due to inaccessibility, their education or literacy rate is very low or minimal. So they are not aware of the health and education facility, or not about government facility, nothing. They only know about their jungle area and surrounding areas, and therefore the other health issues like maternal mortality rate is very high, or other are due to this accessibility is the main reason. Then infrastructure and then awareness are these things even government is facing from their side. So first, and moreover the Naxalism issue, which is hurdle creating for this infrastructure development, sir.
So if there is a hurdle for infrastructure development like roads and other physical infrastructure, why is not government thinking about going for telemedicine, teleeducation, e-education services by leveraging the satellite?
Again, sir, in jungle areas, the network issue means tower is not available, the full tower, and if we have to establish the tower or network before giving them telemedicine or any facilities through internet, we have to establish the network of internet first, and again the issue of infrastructure will come there. So first we have to establish the tower and network through this, sir.
Okay, Raj.
Raju Dev, someone wise
Sir.
said there was never a good war or bad peace. there was never a good war or bad peace. What is your stance on this particular quote? There was
What I understand is that, sir, war is never good. No war is good. I also do not support, but war should always be a last resort if any conflict will be there. And I do not understand what is bad peace, but peace is always a peace.
okay. So you're saying there was never a bad peace. So which means that do you think all peace is good?
Peace could be, I think, for individual, it is the peace of mind. For nation or for society, it is the peace if any outside area or any external factors is not disturbing the nation or national sovereignty, then it could be peace for that nation or the strong government or not strong government per se, but no external element is encroaching in the sovereignty of the nations, then it could be peace for that nation. And for international level, there is no war and peaceful conduct. That could be the peace for international. What I think, sir.
Okay. These days, if you see, since you are mentioning internationally, there is an increasing number of lone wolf attacks. If you have heard of these lone wolf attacks, so
Sir,
this is a new challenge that many countries are facing, especially when there is a crowd gathering, something like a New Year party that is going on, New Year revelry. So, how should countries tackle with this lone wolf attackers? What should be the security strategy?
sir, mainly the lone wolf attackers, as per my knowledge, is they are trained from very low age, sir. I mean, they are like brainwashed and like sleeper cells. They act, whenever they're uh, uh, who has trained, whenever their trainers want them to active, they get active like this because of they totally brainwashed from their uh, totally brainwashed from childhood. And to uh, to curb down this lone wolf attack, we need to face some long-term strategies, sir. Like de-radicalization is the process where we can curb down this lone wolf attack, as well as spreading awareness in the society. Social awareness is one thing, and the areas which is very active in lone wolf attack, like in India, the Jammu and Kashmir is mainly a region. So developmental strategy should be a main thing to address the issue of lone wolf
Yes,
attacks.
there are regular security strategies that we follow, but how different should be the strategy when it comes to tackling lone wolf attacks? What you listed are the regular strategy. Should there be any difference in strategy in tackling lone wolf attackers? Apart from, of course, de-radicalization, apart from that, the others are what we do with any other militant terrorist organizations.
Like, sir, if we come to know through intelligence agencies that some messaging is going on Twitter or social media like this, they are tracking these messages, highly sensitive messages, if any attack is going to be happen then, and after tracing them, they are identified. It is like a curative strategy, like, sir. For preventive strategy, means I say that this de-radicalization process only.
Okay. You are from Maharashtra. There is a grouse that Maharashtra contributes a lot to India's GDP, but doesn't get much in return. What are your views on it?
Yes, sir, absolutely. Maharashtra is contributing very high because of the contribution from Mumbai, Nasik, and western parts of Maharashtra. It is also a regional divide between the GDP contribution to this. but in returns they are getting as per as per the consideration of returns. What they are getting is, I think it is sufficient, but the development which is as compared to other states like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Odisha, they need more development. So the share of development should be equally distributed in all the states as a part of India. So I think what Maharashtra is getting is good enough, but it is also the uh, duty of any state to give away their part or share for underdeveloped states also.
Okay. Do you think that Central Armed Police Force should get equal benefits, at par with the army? Sometimes there is this complaint that we are not getting enough benefits as the army gets. What do you
Sir,
think about?
yes, sir, there should be, because our Central Armed Police Force is doing job in uh, various theaters, and they are also doing a same equal level efforts and with at par with army. They are conducting operation with army, even in with state police. So I think the benefit should at par with army, sir. Even the government is doing some like canteen facilities. Yeah, the court case is pending regarding the pension, old pension scheme. This, so it's ongoing process, sir.
Why do you think in the neighboring state of Telangana, the left-wing extremism has gone down, whereas in Chhattisgarh it is still there? Do you see? Can
Sir,
you state any? Can you list down some specific reasons as to why it has gone down in Telangana and why it remains in Chhattisgarh?
Sir, first and foremost is the political will, I think, and second is the strategy which Telangana applies to curb down the Naxalism is very successful, sir. Telangana has instituted separate force greyhounds as well as developmental activities also in Naxal affected areas. The Telangana has successful model of community policing, that police mekosam, which is applied in Adilabad district or Naxal affected regions, and even similarly in Gadchiroli. But as in case of Chhattisgarh, sir, the long pending political will was at political and Naxas was there. But in recent times, the Cobra Force, CRPF, State Police Force, the convergence has going so smoothly that it has means in 2024 the highest Naxals were neutralized and the highest Naxals around 600s were surrendered. So the target of 2026 to Naxal free Chhattisgarh will surely going to happen as per the rate of operations and welfare approach is going on in the state, sir.
And last question from my side: what are the types of ADR? You mentioned alternative dispute resolution. How many types of ADR are there?
So there are three types of ADR, that arbitration, conciliation, and mediation, sir.
Okay.
And,
The differences between mediation and conciliation?
sir, uh, mediation, mediation like doing mediator stage. If two party has a dispute, then we can do a guided negotiation. Uh, no, in conciliation we can do a guided negotiation. In mediation, whatever the dispute between two parties, we can third party can act like a mediator to solve the dispute. And in conciliation, the third party can guide him that this in this way the resolution could be solved like this.
What is the main difference? I want to know exactly the difference between both of them. In both the
Uh,
cases, you said that the mediator will try to propose a solution.
uh, Sir, in I think in mediation the negotiation is more guided way, and in conciliation the way out is from those parties who are in disputed. They are suggesting this could be the solution or this could be the solution. We are ready to accept this, and third party will okay go with this like this. Okay.
Okay.
Counseling.
Is negotiation also a part of alternative dispute resolution? You mentioned 3. What about negotiation without any third party?
Negotiation between two parties.
Yes.
If negotiation happens, then dispute will not arise, sir.
Is it a form of ADR? That is what I'm asking. Okay.
Sir,
Okay, it's up.
One last question. One last question from me. You belong to Kokna community.
yes, ma'am.
Can you give a brief ethnographic profile of your community?
Yes, ma'am. Their Kokana community is mainly concentrated in Western Maharashtra, the hills of Deccan Trap. They are spreading in Nasik district, Nandurbar district, and Thane district. They, it is mainly the matriarchal society. However, due to the urbanization and Hinduization, the community has adopted various practices from Hinduization, and as compared to the other tribals, the literacy rate is quite high in this Kokna community. Mainly, they are seeking government jobs and things due to development of Nashik, Mumbai, Pune corridor, industrial corridor. They are getting benefits from this, and these are also a matriarchal one society.
Okay, thank you.
Like this, they are okay, ma'am.
You've completed your statement. You're saying something, you complete.
Earlier, there were cultural, I mean, cultural significance. Religiously, they are following. Their totem is tiger, but now due to Hinduization, they are worshipping the Hindu gods. Like this, what I want to say, ma'am.
What do you practice personally? Tribal religion or Hindu religion?
I practice what my family is practicing, that Hindu religion only.
Okay, thank you so much. There we close. And Madam, will you start?
So Raju, I must say
Yes,
a
ma'am.
lot of improvement from last time. You started off very
Thank you,
confidently.
ma'am.
That was really good, and the voice also, you have kept it mostly high. I would say 90%. When you were in doubt, I think that is again going down like that. Okay. So, and when
Thank you.
there were some questions where you were not aware, you can as well say that you don't know, right? Don't try like the
Okay.
negotiation, like sir was asking last, right? And there was one time when you said that I am not aware. Okay. So when Manoj sir had asked you. So that I think you should stick to it. And the good point amongst your, the points that you have talked about is your experiences when Madam had asked about Bastar, what you have done in your district as such. My team, myself and my team, that is really commendable, right? So
Thank you.
myself, I think maybe because as a civil servant, you're supposed to carry your whole team together, right? So that, what do you say, acceptance and giving credit to your team is a very good quality. Please keep up. Okay. Then
Okay, thank
the
you.
Arms Act, there I was a little disappointed with your answer because you didn't understand maybe the question.
Yes, ma'am. Question was not understood.
Okay, okay, okay. So you can actually ask again. Ma'am, I didn't understand the question. Can you please repeat? You can always ask the board. They won't mind. Because at least, it comes out very positively from your side that you're seeking clarity. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You can always ask when you don't.
You didn't understand that he misunderstood in the first place.
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Secondly, that even after you repeating the question, answer did not come the way it had to come.
Correct, correct. Specifics were missing.
Okay.
Like Arms Act, like I was asking. Na? So being in the armed forces, we would expect that you would know all the laws that are related to it, right? Yeah, so that
Yes,
kind.
ma'am.
Then generally what happens is people who come for interviews, they have gone through multiple mocks and all, so they have these very structured answers. Your answers are coming from the heart, right? You are
Yes, ma'am.
actually talking from your heart. So if that is taken positively, good by the board, because not the normal what do you say, yeah, routine kind of a thing, but you're talking from your experience, from your knowledge, in your own opinions, in your knowledge, right? So maybe you can just take a second before answering, so that you can
Organize this.
your mind and then talk. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. All the best, Raju.
Thank you, ma'am.
So, Raju, today
Sir.
you're a bit more confident and your answers were also good. But at knowledge level, regarding your work profile, I would like to suggest you that you draw the entire security architecture of the country, because you have done PG diploma in internal security, right?
Sir.
And the important aspect was you were talking about like Ministry of External Affairs. But in external security, there is more role of Ministry of Defense, Army, Air Force, Navy, right?
Sir.
And External Intelligence Agency, R&AW. Okay. So
Sir.
at administrative level, just do a comparative analysis, how it is done. Okay. And at operational level also, just find out what are the challenges in external security and in internal security. And regarding your job profile, you have to go a bit in deep, right?
Sir.
And also regarding your previous job in Coal India Limited, see, the climate change is an important global issue,
Sir.
right? So I would suggest you to read more about climate change, net zero, the recent environmental summits that are happening.
Okay, sir.
Okay? So these are my notes.
Will improve, sir.
Raju, few observations. I asked the same question so as to check whether you have worked on it.
Sir.
See, you could have just mentioned community policing, trying to help or resolve the conflicts of tribals, but you mentioned ADR there. So the moment you mentioned ADR, now it's done. So it is there in your DAF. So
Yes, sir.
take some time and brush up on the differences, and the types and what you have done. There could be questions. So if you put in the DAF, there could be questions. So you opened that arena. So
Sir, I have gone through it, but I didn't find any specific what you have required. Um,
mediation, conciliation, the major difference is mediator only facilitates communication between the parties. He doesn't propose
sir.
solution. In conciliation, he actively proposes the solution. So conciliator,
Right, sir.
conciliator has an active role. Mediator only arranges for the communication. He facilitates the communication between the parties. That is one major difference. Anyways, because you have mentioned specifically alternative dispute resolution, you opened that arena,
Sir.
anything from
Right, sir.
negotiation to arbitration to maybe, let us say, Lok Adalat can be asked. So that area, maybe it takes few hours, just sit down and just prepare that thing.
Sir.
Like the other panel members said, there is a lot of improvement in voice and the conference levels. That is good. So if in 1 week of preparation, there is so much improvement, when is your interview?
Sir.
Date?
25th of February, sir, next month.
So you have about good 50 days to prepare now. So
Sir.
50 days, be at it and you see your improvement. So areas of improvement, write down from the feedback that you're getting now and try to work on. We could see a lot of improvement in this just in this 1 week. So you can work on it. Few things, few observations in how you are answering. The moment a question is asked, the question is asked by the panel members giving you a context. Sometimes they give a statement. Sometimes if it is a okay, otherwise when they give a statement, you are also repeating that same statement again, just like you do it in mains answers. And only in the second, just like how you answer only in the second paragraph, you come to the crux of the answer. First you are repeating the entire sentence and then you are coming to your answer. So sometimes that the board might not appreciate, you taking such a long time. Instead, what you can do is, if you want to understand the statement, take few seconds and think about the statement in your mind. Try to come up with the answer in the first go. Sometimes the board may not have so much patience to repeat the entire question, because it's almost like you're repeating the entire sentence and then you are coming to the answer. So instead, think about it for a while and then start your answer. So you can practice that. It comes with practice. So when you surely practice. Recording, you will understand that you are repeating that statement, what the panel member is asking. One observation that I have seen is when asked about your experience, you said to the board that this will take long and you started. Maybe you could take permission. So you could ask something like, may I take a minute to answer this? May I take 2 minutes to answer? So 2 minutes, 3 minutes itself is long. So you can take, this will take few minutes, may I take this time? Instead of, without asking permission, you started. So that is one change that you can make.
Surely, sir.
And I think if you brush up on, on lone wolf attacks as well, something like intelligence gathering, de-radicalization is one thing that you stressed upon, but there are other factors. Because it's so much in news, why don't you go through them? Something like intelligence gathering should be improved. Community policing also plays a role, not just in left-wing extremist areas, but also community policing, gathering intelligence from public, if there's some kind of radicalization, that inputs. So the other strategies also, you can think about them. Otherwise, I'm happy that there has been improvement. So practice more. You write down your answers and also see your recording, how you are answering.
Right, sir. Will improve, sir. Surely.
Time is on your side, thankfully. So you can improve.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, to conclude, most of the things are said by the panel members. There are 3 things that I wanted to tell you. One is that because there's some bit of time that is left out for us, you can do more one-on-one mocks. Some we can schedule with Mr. Sudeep. You can actually, whenever you are ready to take one-on-one map, and then maybe some I can handle. So that certain issue-based things are there where refining becomes necessary. And
yes, ma'am.
That is one. Second thing is, as per our discussion earlier, IR class we have scheduled today. Today evening in live, you can attend that IR session also. And yeah, I'm pretty much happy, as all others are, that you are coming out nicely. With a smile you started, and then, acha hai.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck. Would want to see you in the, after such a long gap you have come. You should.
Yes, ma'am.
थोड़ा सा वो self recording voice वाला आप कर लो, because
right, ma'am.
As it is said, you're taking too long to come to the actual answer. You give the crux first. If the board says go ahead, you go ahead. Otherwise, the answer will come. Other than that, everything is fine. All the very best.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Good day, sir.